Why do your joints hurt more after 60? What changed? Was it just a matter of getting older, or is there something else going on? If you've been waking up with stiff knees, aching hips or hands that just don't move the way they used to, you are far from alone. In fact, joint pain is one of the most common complaints among people over the age of 60. And for many, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a roadblock, a source of daily frustration. It keeps you from walking comfortably, gardening, playing with grandkids, or even sleeping through the night. But here's the good news. There's often a surprising root cause. And even better, there are ways to manage it, ease it, and in some cases, reverse it. This isn't about popping pain pills or just living with it. This is about understanding what your body is trying to tell you and how you can respond with care, intelligence, and action. So get comfortable, because we're going to unpack what's really behind that joint pain after 60, and more importantly, how to fix it. First, let's get something out of the way. Yes, aging plays a role. As we get older, the body naturally changes. Cartilage wears down, muscles weaken, recovery from injury takes longer. But that's not the whole story, and certainly not the end of it. The surprising cause of joint pain in your 60s and beyond often isn't just aging. It's inflammation. And not the good kind, the chronic kind, the silent kind. The kind that doesn't just cause your joints to ache, it can affect your heart, your memory, your gut, and your mood. Chronic inflammation is like a low-grade fire burning in your body. It damages tissues slowly over time, and your joints are one of its favorite targets. That stiffness in the morning, that soreness after walking up the stairs, that deep ache in your hands when the weather turns cold. More often than not, that's inflammation talking. Now here's the surprising part. Much of this inflammation doesn't come from what you're doing with your joints. It comes from what you're putting into your body. Yes, food. Certain foods we eat every day without even thinking can feed that inflammation. They can worsen arthritis, slow healing, trigger autoimmune responses, and over time, make your joints feel older than they really are. Let's take a moment here. Think about the last few meals you've had. Were they made from scratch? Were they full of fresh produce, lean proteins, and healthy fats? Or did they come in a box, a bag, or a takeout container? No shame here. Life is busy and convenience is real. But ultra-processed foods are one of the biggest drivers of inflammation. Refined sugars, industrial oils, artificial preservatives, all of these confuse the body and set off immune reactions that eventually manifest as pain, swelling, and stiffness. And here's something that surprised even me when I first learned it. Some so-called healthy foods can also trigger inflammation, depending on your individual sensitivities. Foods like dairy, gluten, or even certain nightshade vegetables like tomatoes or eggplants may contribute to joint discomfort in some people. This doesn't mean everyone has to cut them out, but if you're eating these often and still experiencing pain, it might be worth exploring. But we're not just here to talk about food, because yes, food is a major lever, but it's not the only one. Let's talk about movement. One of the most ironic parts of joint pain is that the less you move, the worse it gets. I get it. When your knees hurt, the last thing you want to do is go for a walk. When your back is aching, exercise feels impossible. But motion is lotion for your joints. It keeps the synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in your joints, circulating. It strengthens the muscles that support your joints. It improves circulation, which reduces inflammation. The key is to move gently, consistently, and intelligently. Think stretching, walking, water aerobics, tai chi, or yoga for seniors. Not high impact, not painful, just consistent movement that tells your joints, hey, you're still needed. You don't have to overhaul your life to make a difference. Even 5 to 10 minutes of stretching in the morning can reduce stiffness throughout the day. Even standing up every 30 minutes instead of sitting for hours at a time can improve blood flow and reduce inflammation. Now, I want to pause here for just a moment and tell you about something I created just for you. If you're enjoying this kind of practical, thoughtful guidance, and you'd like a little more support week to week, I've put together a free email newsletter. Each week, I send out a short, uplifting message with tips for managing health after 60. Things like joint pain relief, brain health, energy-boosting habits, and real strategies you can use without feeling overwhelmed. It's not salesy or spammy, just a friendly note to keep you informed and inspired. You can sign up using the link below this video. No pressure, of course. All right, back to your joints. One of the most overlooked causes of joint pain? Dehydration. Yes, simple water. Your cartilage, the cushion between your bones, is made mostly of water. When you're dehydrated, even slightly, that cartilage dries out. It becomes less effective, less cushioned, and more prone to friction. That means more pain, more stiffness, and more wear and tear. Most people over 60 are chronically underhydrated and don't even realize it. The thirst response dulls with age. You may not feel thirsty even when your body needs water. So a good rule of thumb is to drink a small glass of water every hour or two throughout the day, even if you're not feeling parched. Let's also talk about stress. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mind. It causes a cascade of hormonal responses in your body. It increases cortisol, a hormone that, in high amounts, promotes inflammation. It also messes with your sleep, which is when your body does its deepest healing work. Poor sleep equals more pain. More stress equals more inflammation. And more inflammation equals, you guessed it, more joint pain. You can start to break that cycle through small, intentional acts. Deep breathing, guided meditation, listening to music that relaxes you. Even something as simple as taking a walk outdoors and connecting with nature. These aren't just feel-good habits. They have real physical effects on the body's inflammation levels. Supplements are another area people ask me about all the time. And yes, some supplements can be helpful. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil are powerful anti-inflammatories. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, has been shown in studies to reduce joint pain and stiffness. Magnesium helps with muscle relaxation and nerve function. And glucosamine and chondroitin may help rebuild cartilage over time. But, and this is important, supplements are not magic pills. They work best when combined with real lifestyle changes. They're not a substitute for movement, hydration, nutrition, or sleep, but they can be a helpful boost. Let's take a breath here. It's a lot, I know. But here's the beautiful truth. Your body wants to heal. It wants to feel better. And when you begin removing the things that inflame it and adding the things that support it, your body responds. Your joints may never feel like they did when you were 30, but they can feel better than they do today. You can have more good days than bad. You can move with more ease, more strength, and more confidence. You deserve that. Aging doesn't mean giving up on comfort, independence, or joy. It means learning your body more intimately, listening to what it needs, and then meeting those needs with compassion. So, let's recap what we learned. Joint pain after 60 is not just getting old. It's often inflammation, driven by diet, lack of movement, dehydration, stress, and poor sleep. But the solutions are within reach. Eat more whole foods. Move your body daily, even gently. Stay hydrated. Find calm in your day. Sleep well. And consider helpful supplements if they fit your needs. And most of all, don't ignore the signs. Your body speaks to you for a reason. Pain isn't the enemy, it's a messenger. And when you start listening, really listening, the path forward becomes clearer. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, I invite you to share it with a friend, a sibling, a spouse, someone else who might be struggling with joint pain and looking for answers. And if you'd like those gentle weekly nudges, reminders, and encouragements to keep going on this path, you're always welcome to join my free newsletter. You'll find the link right below this video. Until next time, stay kind to your body. You've carried it this far. Now let it carry you forward with strength, comfort, and grace. Be well, and I'll see you in the next video.